Welcome back to Path of Fire, Guild Wars 2, Path of Fire, Section 5. This is Crystalline Memories. This is a pretty quick one. This is just trying to get into Glint's, lair. So we end up, it's a forged camp that we have to break into, essentially, and try and find our way through. And while we're here, we kind of see what the forged are up to and why they're in the area and harvesting different things. So we do spend a little bit of time looking for clues and see like they're making some sort of large, obnoxious machine thing. So we're kind of like, and then we see this large footprint and we're like, they are up to some shady shit. They are up to something we don't want. And once they were doing it, I was like, I want no part of this. Like, I want no part of this. And of course you have to have a part in it, but that's aside from the point. So as we're going through this area, we actually figure out that we now need to collect some of Glint's memories. They went hard with the crystals. Which is fine for the crystal dragons. But there are a lot of crystals to collect. And like, obviously the layer is at the middle of the giant spiral. But it's hidden, so it's not. And we get to use our mounts and play the canyon jumping Springer game. And again, they made it optional to collect like all of the shards. Like you could collect like the bare minimum. So I don't know why all of a sudden there are so many optional things to do. I generally do the optional things, but sometimes like I don't count it as important if it's suddenly optional. But it seems like that's how they're incorporating just a little bit more lore, is making optional things. And I also noticed, if you actually pay attention to what those little achievement things at the bottom are telling you to do, that's another way to get more lore. So I don't know if that's new with Path of Fire, incorporating more lore and backstory into the game, or if I've just been totally unobservant. But like, I feel like this has been the most optional heavy so far. Like, I don't feel like the Living Worlds, the original, or Heart of Thorns had this many optional, especially back to back to back, like things that you could do. But I think you only had to find 3 or 4 memories, like put together 3 or 4 crystals together. And then it did the whole laser beam, opened up a doorway. So we got to enter Glint's lair and see, oh, so no, I did not do all of the crystals for Glint's lair. But then we get more of like the backstory of what happened, and Ritlock tells us quite a bit. And fighting the facet of Glint, the guardians and stuff, were not particularly difficult. It seemed easier than in the living world. When we had to face the facets, there were only 2 shields you had to try and get, a light and a dark. And the light did one thing, the dark did another thing, and first you had to do the light, and then you had to do the dark, and then you had to do a combination of. And the only hard part was that the dark had a shorter time limit than the light. But I got it down pretty quickly. It was just a matter of taking 2 or 3 cycles to figure out the pattern for each needed facet. It made it pretty obvious which ones you needed because there was only light available, there was only dark available, there was light and dark available. So they didn't make it super obnoxious, and they gave you so many options. There were so many of the little facet guys to beat up and get the shields off of that it really wasn't an issue. You weren't just running around endlessly waiting for more to spawn or anything, which was nice because I feel like I've had that problem before where it's just when's the next one gonna show up? When's the right one going to show up? So it was just a matter of my timing, which we all know my timing is atrocious. So when anything is left up to me to get the timing down, it's just not gonna be a good day. So we get it done though. Get it done eventually, and we sorry, I'm distracted by all of the shards. So yeah, this is the 3rd section where you need both of them, and then you need to go pop the dark ability next to the thing to break it and stun it, and then you can beat it up, and it's again not super difficult, and it has the bottom bar is a countdown for it, which is fairly convenient as well. The trick basically is grab a light, grab a dark, run in as fast as possible, hit your shield. But I would lose the dark instantly. So I was you know what? I'm shadow stepping. And it still didn't always work. I was a little frustrated because I was in range for it to work, and then it didn't work, and then but we got it. And then we got to this last memory crystal, and Glint is explaining was she explaining that? I'm not sure if it was not necessary to beat up or to kill the dragons. But essentially we decide that we need to destroy the spear that was made to destroy Krakatoa. And Ritlock's not happy about it, but he doesn't really have much choice. The struggle at this point is, Balthazar. Balthazar is just a wrench in everybody's day. And then we get the dragons where we're we can't kill the dragons. We have to find a balance, and killing them is not the balance. So it's just a matter of getting there. I think I do end up no, I did not talk to everybody. I'm not sure why I didn't talk to everybody. But yeah, that's where we landed on that one. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful day, and I will see